Hi and welcome back to Rainy Dewey's Art Spot. My name is Lorraine and my nickname is Rainy. You can call me Rainy. This video is a follow-up to my previously posted video about not quitting on watercolor. What I've done here is I'm making a little bookmark out of my practice art. So I took a small piece of watercolor paper and on one side I painted some pansies and on this side I'm doing a wet on wet splashy floral. This is just playing with water and playing with paint. Those kinds of things will help you in the long run. Try to figure out how, if you're doing more representational and tighter watercolors, these exercises will help you know how much water and how much paint and the timing. And that is what a lot of what creating work with watercolor is about. It's the techniques and learning how much water you need, how wet your paper needs to be, and how thick a pigment you need to apply to get what you want. The previous video was about glazing, and that is painting one color over another after the paper has dried. This little floral is really loose. You really honestly can't tell what kind of a flower is. It's a flower, it's a bright color. You've got, just gestures to indicate leaves and grasses. And here I'm just practicing putting in colors and lifting off. See how I'm trying to lift off the center of that flower? To do that, I'm drying my brush off and then blotting, trying to pull the paint out with my brush. Sorry, I didn't blot. Here I'm applying my yellow mixed with a little bit of white gouache, and you can see when I did that paint, it pushed the other paint, and so it gave you the illusion of the center of the flower. And so I'm just, fooling around with it. This is the nice thing about doing these little practice pieces and then turning them into a bookmark is that you are loose and you can relax because it's something that there should be no pressure in doing, and so you can feel free to practice. And then at the end of the day, you're going to have something useful, and every time you open your book, whatever it is you're reading, you can look at it and you can go, hey, I didn't do such a bad job after all. And so what I did was I let the whole thing dry. I want you to notice that once I let everything dry, the colors were not quite as intense. So know that is what happens with watercolor. When they're wet, they appear very vibrant, and then once they dry and become absorbed in the paper, they're not quite as bright. So you can either do what I did here, let it dry and then add another coat of paint, or you can try to go really bold the first time around, which I rarely do because I'm a coward. And here I'm just putting in some, tall whatever flowers. I don't even know what they are, but we've all seen flowers that are kind of tall and purple. So the other flowers, those pinkish orange ones, I have some beautiful petunias that are in my garden, actually on my patio right now. And those are inspired by those petunias on my patio. They are absolutely so vibrant that every time I see them, I enjoy them. That is money well invested for $5 or $10 for those petunias. So whenever you do something like this, it doesn't have to be precise. Now, I love beautiful, precise, exacting florals, and I've never been able to pull it off. So instead of not painting flowers at all, I've decided that I'm going to use this as an opportunity to loosen up. And that way I can paint flowers and use those fun colors and not have to avoid a floral. Now my goal is to try to do new things, and in the future I hope to do a more exacting floral, but for now I'm satisfied doing these fun things. I enjoy it. I enjoy the process. Here at the end, I'm putting in some opaque gouache little flowers. They could be Queen Anne's lace or some other kind of small wildflower. The one thing I've learned taking my dog for a walk is there are some beautiful, absolutely tiny wildflowers along the roadside. They're spectacularly beautiful, and so you can incorporate those into your little floral. And here I pulled out my laminating kit and I laminated my bookmark. On one side you'll see this loose painting, and on the other side is the painting that I did previously, which is the pansies. So I encourage you to use some of your art practice artwork to make bookmarks and just have a good time. Thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you would like to be notified when more videos are posted. Thank you so much again for watching. I want you to pick up your brush and paint on. Thanks again.